Welcome to the series on the subtle sacred spine. I'm really looking forward to sharing this series with you, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it. So, the truth is that all of the Shri practices, all of Supreme Release Yoga is always mapping and accounting for and journeying at the level of the subtle body. So that's not going to be new. We're always doing that. The difference with this series is that I will be sharing some contemplative teachings from the yoga tradition about the subtle body and bringing our attention to subtle realms as a point of awareness, as a point of focus, and really shining some light on that aspect of the yogic journey. Really, the whole yogic journey is in many ways about revealing, becoming aware of, journeying through the aspect of existence or the aspects of existence which are not perceivable to the senses in the way that things that you can touch, see, taste, smell, and so on are perceivable to your senses. So that includes the subtle body, but it also includes the journey all the way to the discovery of the very self of yourself, which is not uh, perceivable the way that other aspects of this reality are perceivable, but is still knowable. So we'll be contemplating and journeying through that sacred, subtle realm, emphasizing the spine in particular, because the spine is considered a conduit of the spiritual journey. All right. I can only unpack so much in a contemplative way during the classes, and I don't want these classes to feel informational. So it's really about the practice, much of which will be familiar to those who've been practicing Shri for some time, but bringing our attention to these subtle, sacred inner realms. So I'm very much looking forward to sharing this with you. And so it's time to get started. You can begin seated with me if you wish for some guided contemplation and pranayama, and then I'll be lying down. If you can't wait to lie down, you can lie down now and do the breathing from there and listen to the contemplation from there. All right, so your choice. If you're going to be sitting, you can sit in a cross-legged position, up off the floor on a couple blankets or flat bolsters. Prop your knees so that they're level with your hips. Sit high enough so that your knees are not higher than your hips. And really take care to tend to your body. When your physical body is relatively neutral and tended to and cared for in a way that it feels comfortable, then you're more able to be aware of these subtle inner realms because the physical layers of your body are not a distraction. And this allows your mind to go more deeply inward. So take time to sit or to lie down if you prefer. And whatever position you're in, just become aware of your breathing. You don't have to shift your breathing at this point, just be aware of it. And then imagine that there is the quality of the earth element in your breathing. Now, if you are seated upright, what that will mean is that your breath will have a little bit of a weight to it that sends the quality of your breathing downward, lower in your body. If you're lying down, that quality of earth will mean that your breath is moving toward the back of your body. And either way, this is going to be grounding. So breathing, imagining, or being aware of the quality of the earth element in your breath. If you're lying down on your back, let that earth element carry the weight of your breath toward the back of your body. If you're seated upright, let that weighted earthiness brought into your breath carry your breath downward, all the way down to your tailbone and that region down there. And in particular, as you breathe in and down, as the direction of your breath comes in and fills down, 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 be aware of prana extending beyond the limitation of your breathing apparatus. Prana will extend down, down, down your spine all the way to your tailbone, all the way into the tip of your tailbone. So be aware of breathing in and down, down, down goes prana down to the tip of your tailbone. And as you exhale, that prana and the breath moves up and out. Just be aware of that direction. Still with a sense of earthiness, earth element in your breath to really help bring it down, down, down. You can slow down the pace of your breathing just a little bit to help you be more aware. Breathing in and down, down, down. Exhaling, the breath and prana goes up and out. While you're doing this, allow your whole lower spine, your pelvis, your tailbone region in particular, allow it to soften and kind of expand to receive the prana. And then as the prana comes all the way down, 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 let that life force itself help to soften and expand this region in there, down there, somewhere through your tailbone. Couple more breaths like this. Just a slow, awareful breath with the quality of earth carrying the prana, weighing the prana down, down, down your spine. And then you can just let your breathing continue for you. And notice the effects of that simple but deeply interior practice. And we're going to share these words with you from the Shiva Samhita. In this body is a mountain. It is the vertebral column. This mountain is surrounded by 7 islands. And through this mountain are rivers, fields, and lords of the fields too. Through this mountain are seers and sages, all the stars and planets as well. There are sacred pilgrimages, shrines, and devatas, deities of those shrines. The sun and the moon, the agents of creation and destruction, also move along this mountain. And there also are the elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. This is an invitation to go on a sacred pilgrimage to your own subtle spine. So, for that, we're going to go right into the tailbone with Apanasana. You can lie down on your back with your legs elevated